culture, the vibrant tapestry that weaves the very essence of who we are. It shapes our beliefs, behaviors, and attitudes. But did you know that culture also holds the key to unlocking the true potential of medical treatments? It's called cultural humility, and it's a potential lifelong commitment to self-evaluation and self-critique, whereby the individual not only learns about another's culture, but starts with an examination of her or his own beliefs and cultural identities. In this series of videos, you'll meet members of different communities sharing their personal stories in an effort to reduce the stigma and bias that surrounds HIV. When we look at cultural humility, there are three key components or pillars. First, commit ourselves to an ongoing process of compassionate self-awareness and inquiry, supported by a community of trusted and cognitively diverse colleagues.
I remember when he told me he was HIV positive. It was the night we saw Rent, and we came home from the movie theater, and he and my mom sat me down and we talked about the movie, and he wanted me to understand the impact of that piece of art mattered so much to so many people. And then he told me he was HIV positive, and he let me sit in that for a moment, and he asked me how I felt. And I remember telling him he's still my father, I still love him, nothing's changed.
That father-son duo strengthened their bond, not only through the culturally significant performance of Rent, but by Tyrell's willingness to be compassionate rather than critical after his father told him about his status. Cultural humility encourages us to remain open and always keep learning. Now, the second pillar of cultural humility is to be open and teachable, understanding different perspectives.
I believe that the most valuable thing that I've learned from friends and family was to talk, to say what I mean. If I'm afraid, to say that. If I'm apprehensive, to say that. If I'm uncomfortable, to say that too. So for me, I would say communication was everything.
Making an effort to understand one another is often an underrated tool we can use to empathize with someone living with HIV. And it's through this solution-oriented approach that we get one step closer to effectively helping others. And finally, the third pillar of cultural humility is always remember the social structures that have helped shape reality as other clients experience it.
HIV has helped me become closer to family. It has also helped me distance myself away from people, just in a way of knowing if you can't accept a part of me, then you don't deserve the whole me.
So true. I had this one friend who she just didn't really understand it. I mean, and that's understandable. If you don't understand it, then you don't understand it. But me and her such a good friend, it was just like one day and then it was over. Oh, okay. You know, I love him, he's my nephew. And nothing's gonna change. So everything else was good. I never had another problem with nobody, ever again.
We all have areas of conscious and unconscious bias that we can strive to uncover to expose the ways that we have been taught to judge ourselves and each other. Darian's mother is fostering her son's journey without shame or blame, and is willing to sever ties with old friends who don't carry the same mindset. There is no finish line to this process, merely an ongoing exploration that is deepened every time we dare to place ourselves in a new situation or relationship that challenges our beliefs. Cultural humility in relation to HIV is not just a concept, it's a catalyst for progress. Let us embrace it. Let us learn from one another. And let us create a future where every person, regardless of cultural background, can live a life free from the burden of HIV.